here you go. This is Emily C., my new bestie.
I hate the idea that someone out there hates me. I even hate thinking that Al-Qaeda hates me. I think if they got to know me, they wouldn't hate me.
This stole the show. Emily C. was phenomenal.
There's something you need to know.
What?
You're doing great.
Look at my baby. There she is. Emily. 10 out of 10. Huge fan.
I see Emily C says 123. I trust her. She's really good.
Listen, Turtle. You gotta watch your language. I'm already live. So you need to follow the FCC guidelines.
She destroyed, left nothing in her path. It was so good.
Hello, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy birthday, Jen McCabe. But most importantly, happy Sidebar Day. I am so excited for this. Like, I feel like this is, I'm just as excited as you guys. I think I might be more excited than you guys are reading the chat right now. Before I bring up our esteemed actors, I have a couple notes that I just want to make sure I get to. Number one, most importantly, I want to say thank you, a million thank yous to Queen Corey Hopkins. She is the reason why we have these sidebar transcripts in the first place, which should have just been for us, the public, but she made sure that we got what was rightfully ours, and she was relentless about it, and they didn't make it easy. And yes, all hail the Queen, where that just went. Yeah. Also, thank you to Kyle Sharkey and to anybody else who filed FOIA requests. I don't know if you guys have seen, but this like dump of documents came with not just the sidebars, but all the like FOIA requests that people had filed. So now we have the full waterfall video, which you can watch on the trial channel. We have the outside of the waterfall too, which I haven't gotten a chance to look at yet, but I've been wanting to see like what time everybody left and what cars they went to. And there's all the police reports there. It's just a ton of stuff. So it's like all the work that you guys have been doing to make this happen really, there he is. Made it happen. And it's like very cool to see that the public really does have more power than they wanted us to have. Also, let me just make sure I get to everything. For today, I went through and it's the trial one sidebars. It's from Brian Higgins to Michael Proctor. So it's a good one. And the only things I cut out were any of the just like scheduling kind of more mundane stuff. But I did want to have the disclaimer that I did last time, which is there's not going to be like a smoking gun in any of these. So if you're tuning in to see if Bev says like, hey, I know Karen didn't really do it, but like, let's frame her anyways. Like that's not happening. But it is helpful for us to be able to kind of see what was going on behind the scenes and to get a better understanding of the way that AJ and Yannetti were fighting for Karen and what Lally was pushing back on and what Bev allowed and what she didn't allow. So all of that is going to happen today. And without further ado, I would like to bring on the defense team, the esteemed defense team of Alan Jackson and David Yannetti.
Hi. Hi, Em.
Hello.
How are you, Petunia? Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Look how beautiful you look on Valentine's Day.
Oh, well, you know, I can't let Jimmy upstage me, but you know he will. So
look at all the flowers.
Oh, it was my birthday too. So, you know,
Yeah.
it's, having a birthday a couple days before Valentine's Day, you always get ripped off. Cause you know, it's like having your birthday on Christmas or the day after Christmas. It's like you get the combo gift, you know?
My
But
birthday's 2 weeks before Christmas, and it's actually like the very best because people are like in the holiday spirit and they like want to party and they want to do fun things. And then I'm like, oh, well, it's my birthday if you guys want to do anything fun.
yeah, it's party season, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Did you when you were a kid, did you make sure that you always got Christmas like birthday paper for your birthday? Or were your parents like that? Because I have two kids who
Yes.
have birthdays right before Christmas too, and I had to make sure that they got birthday paper for the birthday gifts and then holiday paper for the holiday gifts, or otherwise it's not special.
Yep. And a lot of times it would also be Hanukkah on my birthday. And my brother would benefit from that because my mom would give me birthday presents and Hanukkah presents. And then she'd be like, well, I should also give Ben like an extra something. So you're welcome.
Oh, yeah.
And I see now we are ready to go because Judge Beverly Cannone has entered the courtroom. All rise for the honorable judge.
God save us from the Commonwealth.
He doesn't know.
Good morning.
Good.
Good morning.
Okay. I need to like get in. Just I need a straight face. Okay. Hello, the honorable judge. How do I change my name? Wait, I need to figure out how did you change your name? How do I do
I
that?
changed it when I came in. Like it said, what do you want your name to be? Because it's not my StreamYard, it's yours.
No.
I don't know how
Can
you
you
do
hurry
it.
this along, please?
Well, I'm just going to be.
I'm always
me then
ready,
because
Judge.
I don't know.
I'm always ready, Judge.
Okay, here we go. So I, where possible, I pulled clips for us to be able to kind of like get into the mindset of what was going on in the moment of this sidebar. And if you guys need a break at any time, I have fervent commercial breaks ready to go. I know Melanie,
The
you're
court will
used to
let you
reading.
know when we're going to take a recess, okay?
Well, I was going to say that
Thank you.
Melanie's used to reading a lot of documents. I'm still in kindergarten, clearly, and you're in middle school. Here we go. We're starting off on May 24th, 2024, and Brian Higgins has taken the stand. Higgy Bear. This is before Higgins even enters the courtroom. Lally says, I'm so sorry, can I have a sidebar? And that is where this starts. I need my cigarette, and here we go. Good morning.
Good morning.
Just in reference to, and I apologize now for not having this conversation with Mr. Jackson sooner, but there is a little bit of a disagreement as far as Mr. Higgins and the text messages. And I just want to clarify what the court's preference was before I begin. So I think we are in agreement that those redacted versions of the material that we received, the troopers received from Mr. Higgins, that would be marked as the exhibits. I would also, I don't think there is any issue or objection with the other version, the typed out version, that's easier to read being shown to the witness, or counsel can use it and refer to it for pagination and everything like that.
Well, obviously, he
Mr.
can speak for himself.
Why don't I let him speak?
Oh, wait, I thought that was my line. Sorry,
No,
go ahead.
No, but actually it's Lally being kind of a D-bag to
Oh, good.
Mr.
Take your
Jackson.
D-bag moment.
Yeah, Mr. Jackson, well, obviously he can speak for himself.
Why don't I let him speak?
Sure.
There's no problem with the transcripts. I asked Mr. Lally if anything's actually shown to the jurors as a visual, that it be the actual exhibit, not the transcripts. That's all. I don't care if the witness has the transcript. I'm going to use the transcript because I think it's very helpful. I just think that whatever the jurors see, they should see the actual evidence.
I mean, the whole purpose of it was for the ease of the witness, ease of the counsel, and ease of the jurors. I wish we had talked about this earlier today. What did you intend to do with the transcript? I found it helpful because it makes sense of what's otherwise been very difficult to follow. What did you intend to do with this?
Display it on the screen and have the witness go through portions of it, not the whole thing, but different portions of it.
I did not print out the sort of messy, what we have. Are you going to start with this right away or after the break?
No, I don't know how far I'll get, but
Do you have printed out the sort of, I mean, it looks like, okay, Miss McLaughlin's going to get it.
She's got it.
Can I keep this copy? It won't. All right. Okay. Let me take a look at those. Thank you.
okay, so now Higgins has entered, and here we go.
All right, Mr. Jackson, whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. Who did you come here today with, Mr. Higgins?
Oh, I did want to say this is AJ just coming in hot. This is the very beginning of cross, his very first question.
Who did I travel to the courthouse with?
Who did you meet here?
An attorney, my attorney.
Is there a reason that you felt compelled to bring an attorney with you for your testimony as a witness in a homicide investigation?
Objection, Your Honor.
Sustained.
Trial, I should say.
Sustained.
You brought your attorney with you who's sitting right behind you, correct?
That is not my attorney.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were his attorney. My mistake. Where's your attorney?
I don't know. He might be in the courthouse.
Is he in the building?
I don't know where he physically is right now.
Okay. Without telling me anything that you said to your attorney, did you meet with him this morning before your testimony?
Yes.
Did you meet with him during the break? Again, don't tell me what you talked about, but did you meet with him during the break when we took a break a few minutes ago?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And obviously the subject matter, again, without telling me any communication, the subject matter was your testimony here today, correct?
No.
How many conversations have you had with Mr. Lally about your testimony or your proposed testimony in anticipation of you testifying today?
One.
When was that?
That was on Monday.
How long was that conversation?
I would say under an hour and a half.
In person or over the phone?
In person.
Where was that conversation?
That was at the DA's office.
Who else was there?
My attorney, victim witness advocate, I believe her name is Kristen Collins, ADA McLaughlin, ADA Lally, and Lieutenant Brian Tully from the Mass State Police.
Anybody taking notes?
I did not. I don't know if anybody was taking notes.
Well, you were sitting there watching Lieutenant Tully. Did he take notes?
Not that I saw, no.
So you had an hour and a half long conversation with the prosecution team and a police officer witness, and you're telling me that you did not see anybody taking a single note down. Is that right?
That's correct. I did hand something to Lieutenant Tully, but he didn't take any notes in reference to what I handed him.
What'd you hand him?
I handed him a piece of mail that I got at my residence.
Anything having to do with this case?
Well, I believe so.
I believe so.
Was that turned over to Mr. Lally?
No, I turned it over to State Police.
Your Honor, may we approach for a second?
Yes.
Okay, most of the clips aren't going to be that long, but I feel like we just needed to set the scene with that
Thank
one.
God.
I have no idea what that is.
He received a harassing photograph in the mail.
A what?
A harassing photograph in the mail.
What kind of photograph?
I don't know exactly what it was, but it was in reference to along the lines of threats in regards to his testimony. So you may want to stay away from it.
My question, I will. My question is, why don't I know about that? Why would I have to find out about that in my fourth question to this witness on the stand? I'm becoming frustrated at the revelations. Every single witness has had multiple conversations with the Commonwealth that I find out on that podium. It is very, very debilitating and extraordinarily unfair.
What do you want me to do about it?
Nothing. In this instance, Judge, it's certainly not your fault, and I don't want to touch it, but I certainly cannot be seen to have opened a door that I didn't know existed.
So Mr. Lally is not allowed to get into it
Okay.
unless you are going to pursue it.
No, but I would ask that the Commonwealth be instructed. If you have information that you gleaned from a witness during the course of your prep, I should have it. Every single statement of a witness needs to be disclosed, and it's not being disclosed.
It is being disclosed, Your Honor. There was no statement that is material or relevant to this case. Whether or not he received any kind of threatening or harassing photograph has not bearing on his testimony.
Can you get it here at lunch?
Probably. Mr. Yannetti, I have a question for Mr. Jackson. Do you want it brought here at lunch?
No, I don't need it.
Okay, so let's go.
Why did Lally have to ask Yannetti if he could ask a question to AJ?
Right. He's afraid. I think he's afraid of AJ.
Okay.
I want to know about
Yeah.
this harassing photograph.
I know. One of you guys in the chat, if you sent that, don't do that.
Don't do that. But I want to know what it is still.
Also, like, do you think maybe he sent it to himself?
No, I think
Maybe
there's a
the-
lot of crazy people out there on the
I know.
internet.
Oh, you think?
Oh, yeah.
No. Yeah. Well, we know it wasn't Aiden because they would have jailed him. So they can rule out one person.
Did you receive a flurry of phone calls from Brian Albert and Chief Berkowitz indicating that some taillight pieces or a taillight piece?
So here they're talking about phone calls after, like immediately after the CERT team goes back to CPD, Brian Higgins starts getting phone calls from Berkowitz and Brian Albert.
These had been recovered at 34 Fairview later that evening.
Objection.
Did you receive a call at all, without telling me what the conversation consisted of, around 6:12 p.m. from Brian Albert?
I don't know what day you're referring to.
The 29th.
No, I don't remember any phone calls like that.
Do you remember 3 minutes later getting another call from Chief Berkowitz at 6:16 p.m. that lasted about 5 minutes and 15 seconds?
No.
If you look at the entries for 6:12, 6:16, see if that refreshes your recollection.
This is where the sigh emoji was born. Look at her.
Are you referring to the?
6:12 and 6:16.
Okay, I see those. Yes.
There was a call at 6:12 that Brian Albert made to you for a duration of 1 minute and 7 seconds, correct?
Yes.
And right after that, there was a call from Chief Berkowitz to you at 6:16 that lasted 5 minutes and 15 seconds, correct?
Yes.
Can I approach?
Yes.
They telling you that taillight pieces had been found at the location.
Objection.
Sustained.
Your Honor, may we approach briefly?
Okay.
Okay. So why don't you go ahead and state your objection on the record, Mr. Lally?
Number one, hearsay. Number two, he's asking about content of phone calls that he has already testified he doesn't remember having.
What do you say, Mr. Jackson?
It's not offered for the truth of the matter asserted, but for the effect on the listener, as well as the state of mind of both declarants. Chief Berkowitz and Brian Albert both insisted on informing this witness completely and inappropriately about conduct that was being done at the crime scene at the time. And he was being
Oops, sorry.
and he was being informed and updated constantly. He is a witness. He is not a law enforcement officer. In that capacity, it's completely inappropriate that those leading the biased investigation literally infusing or inviting witnesses into the inner workings of an investigation.
The objection is sustained. He denied all that and said he didn't remember having these conversations.
Okay.
Did you actually go to the FBI computer forensics lab?
Yes.
He's about to be a bad boy.
Let me correct that. I didn't go to the lab itself. I went to a kiosk, what they refer to as a kiosk on the first floor over at FBI.
Okay.
And all local PDs, law enforcement have access to that.
And that's obviously.
It's an unrestricted area. You can be in there, as I understand it, unaccompanied if you're local law enforcement. It's on the first floor.
That is a federal facility, however.
Yes, it is.
Did you utilize any computer or any data extraction machinery, if you will, a computer or something to extract this data?
Well, it was a machine. I don't know what it's called.
Okay, fair enough. I'll use the word machine. I don't know what it's called either. So you hooked that phone up to a machine, correct?
Yes,
And that machine belonged to the FBI. It didn't belong to you. Is that right?
that's correct.
So that was a federal resource, not for anything having to do with any official case that you were working. Isn't that right?
Objection.
So I need to see you. I know this is.
Again, I don't know anything about the proffer. Is that what this is about?
No, this is the information that was presented at the federal grand jury.
Right. I read it. It has nothing to do with his proffer.
No. What I'm getting at is he committed a crime. It is a federal crime to use federal resources for personal gain. That is exactly what he just admitted he did.
So he has a lawyer here, right, who he should be able to consult as to whether he's going to take the fifth on that.
It's on him. That's right. I mean, it's on him. I want to ask one more question, whether or not he knows it's a crime to do what he did, and he can choose not to answer it.
I know you're in a real hurry to get this done.
That's okay. I
need to get his lawyer in here.
Okay.
Do you know where his lawyer is?
In the building, but
I have to take a recess in order to consult with the lawyer. I'm going to ask him whether he committed a crime. Why have a lawyer if you can't consult with him on this?
That's a good point.
So we need to take a recess.
Yes, Your Honor.
Very quickly.
so now Bev dismisses the jurors.
Will you tell the lawyer what the question is that you're asking?
That he's admitted that he utilized federal resources for personal gain. That's a violation of.
I mean, how is the mechanism? Is Mr. Lally going to tell the lawyer what you are going to say? Do we bring him in and say, these are your questions?
I don't think that the lawyer should be given a preview of what we're going to say.
Well, he's got to know his client is going to be asked a question about committing a crime.
I think the lawyer should sit right next to him, and I'll just have to put the question up. Did you say this? I'm sorry. Did you do this? Did you realize that this was a crime? I think that cat's sort of already out of the bag.
It's not quite yet.
Well, the conduct of this. I mean, that's why I was asking him. I didn't know how he did this. I had no idea that he actually went to a federal facility and used a computer. That's the crime.
In the federal grand jury minutes, number 1, did I miss something? Number 2, I don't really understand what the relevancy of this is as it applies to this case.
He's willing to commit a crime in order to hide his data in the phone that he ultimately destroyed. That's going way over and above. No, I don't have my phone.
So you don't have to explain, Mr. Lally, all right? We're wasting time here. If it's already in the federal grand jury minutes, I want the lawyer to know that you're about to question him on this.
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, what good is a lawyer if not for that?
I agree.
So do you have where in the federal grand jury minutes it is, Mr. Lally? I'm trying to expedite this for your sake.
Thank you. And what I would suggest is that if we bring the lawyer in, I'll make an offer of proof.
That's great.
That'll just be easier.
All right.
So now Bev goes and talks to Higgins' lawyer, and then the sidebar continues.
As soon as the lawyer comes in, we will break. If you don't finish your cross today, I will bend the rule about one lawyer, one question. So if it's important to you that you're here on Tuesday, I will let one of your colleagues pick up later.
Oh, yeah, wait. This is where AJ was going on vacation the following Tuesday, and he wasn't going to be there. Yeah.
I appreciate that. It is important. It is just personal to me, but I deeply do appreciate it.
All right. I'm trying to accommodate you. There are so many steps that have been in court today, but this one is critical. Were it not for the fact that I'm trying to accommodate you, I would break for the weekend.
Yes.
Understood.
We may still have to. Counsel needs to speak to his client. All right, so we'll stick around after 4:30. I apologize to the staff, and I will have a colloquy, whatever the fuck that word is, with your client at Sidebar.
Okay.
So then this is the end of the day, and Bev calls Taryn over to Sidebar to see if she's okay with AJ missing Tuesday. She says yes. Then she dismisses Karen and asks to speak to counsel separately.
So your client can go back, but I want to talk to counsel for a minute.
That's still
Miss McLaughlin, yeah, why don't you come over here? So does the defense have any more with this witness?
Yes. And the only thing I didn't get to do because of the time constraint covers the federal grand jury transcript that showed that he just lied. And I just need
more specifics about that. What's in the federal grand jury?
He said in front of the grand jury that he took his phone. He removed the SIM card. He broke it in half or he cut it in half. He couldn't remember. He drove onto a military base. He threw one part of the SIM card into one receptacle or dumpster, threw another part of it in another dumpster. Then he left the base.
Okay.
That was his testimony, but he just said, no, I would never do that.
No, I think he said he wasn't. I think he wasn't. He doesn't remember doing that if he had done it. He doesn't remember.
Maybe.
So who's going to be taking your place Tuesday morning?
We haven't even talked about that.
I need to know.
David.
All right. So you have a very short bit of time left.
I mean, literally 2-3 minutes. If it were me, it's 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay.
I'll do the same.
All right. Who are the other witnesses that you anticipate Tuesday?
In large part, I don't know. I would certainly include Dr. Rice and Dr. Fowler from Good Samaritan and Nicholas Roberts from the Office of Alcohol Testing.
So you intend to put that evidence in on Tuesday?
Yes, and I'll have other witnesses.
I would like to know.
I'm sorry. Only one at a time. It's been a very long day, and our court reporter has been doing a phenomenal job. Good job, Madam Court Reporter. Far beyond what is expected of her. So one at a time. Holy good God. What were you saying?
So all I was saying is there will be other witnesses. I need to figure out schedules on that, and I can certainly let counsel and the court know that well in advance of Tuesday. I don't know.
Okay. Do you anticipate the children may testify on Tuesday?
And then he says, yes, nobody objects, and then they go home.
Which holiday weekend was that? Was it like
was
maybe it was Memorial Day? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And then AJ was staying one additional day in California. And Yannetti finished with Higgins. Now we're going to flash forward a little bit to Ash Valier. And I have a little shout out to her here.
And what, if any, match did you find with within item 7-5?
There were no mechanical fits amongst those 3 items or 3 pieces of the item.
And with reference to item 7-6, there were 2 pieces, A and B, within that. Is that correct?
Yes.
And were there any physical matches within those 2 pieces of item 7-6?
No.
Now, turning your attention to item 7-8, do you recall how many pieces were contained within that?
There were 14 pieces.
And of those 14 pieces, they were each compared to each other. Is that correct?
Correct.
And what, if any, mechanical fit did you find between the pieces contained within 7-8?
So pieces C and D were found to fit together mechanically, and then pieces E and F were found to fit together mechanically.
Martin, may we approach, please?
So just to be clear what she's saying there are taillight pieces there that don't fit in the reconstruction. And I just need to give a shout out to Ash Valier because look at the job that they had to do over there to try to put these pieces back together. And you tell me that they really did find these teeny little 1 centimeter pieces all scattered around the lawn. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so there are additional pieces of red taillight that Ash Valier testified do not fit. Where did they? There's just some other extra random taillight. Yeah.
Now that we've seen what's coming in, we are registering an objection to the fact that he already has testified as to where and when these objects were found. And really, they need to have testimony first, making these pieces of evidence relevant before they start to get into.
All right, jurors, why don't we take a 5, 10, 15-minute break, okay? Okay, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Mr. Lally, is this from the housing?
No. So what this witness did was basically take each of the individual pieces that were recovered at various times, and then she was then able to do a physical match with them to each other.
So your objection is you don't know where this came from?
Correct.
Even though he, she, Ash, whatever, I can't keep up, identified the bag and
Well, she identified it, but we don't know how they got within the bag, who found it, and where.
As I explained, I had to take this witness out of turn, which is what I raised with the court and counsel last week. So that's why her testimony is coming prior to the troopers that recovered the items.
I mean, our objection is our objection. If the court decides to,
Last week you said it was okay.
well, if the court decides to take it a de bene, I suppose, subject to those witnesses being called to identify what's being introduced now. Just so I'm cutting to the chase here, we don't want this witness to be able to testify to what specifically Michael Proctor found. We don't want this witness to absolve the Commonwealth of its responsibility to call the lead investigator who actually found against,
All right. Well, I'm not going to tell the Commonwealth who they have to call or not. But if you think that they are ultimately able to lay a foundation, you can move to strike it.
That's fine.
What we're going to see in a lot of these sidebars is they spent a lot of time basically making sure that Proctor had to take the stand. Now we're on June 5th, 2024, and welcome, Yuri.
In those cases that have involved scores of head trauma, have you been privy to information as far as medical findings, autopsy reports, things of that nature in relation to those prior investigations?
Yes, sir, I have been.
Now, with regard to your observations of Mr. O'Keefe, with regard to his eyelids, what if any observations did you make, and what if any? Well, let me start just with the physical observations. What if any physical observations did you make of Mr. O'Keefe's face and body in general?
His face, I observed the swelling and the discoloration being produced through the blood pooling in the eyelids.
Yep. So just your observation. So the swelling and discoloration.
Yuri thinks he's a doctor.
I'll strike the remainder of what you've said.
I also observed a cut to his nostril and an eyelid, which was very small in size, which would have been produced by a...
Objection.
Yeah. So we'll leave it at that. Next question, Mr. Lally.
Based on your training experience, what if any conclusions or what if any opinions that you have in regard to the swelling around the eyes?
Objection.
So he can't give medical testimony. He can say what he's observed here and he has observed in other instances, but he can't say what this was caused by based on his experience.
Okay.
Is the nature of the objection?
It is. Did Jimmy just freeze?
I don't know what just happened. But
Okay.
Oh, but that was a good example of Bev just really taking the reins. She's like, you don't even have to tell me your objection. I got it from here.
She gets it.
If we deem an item to be of evidentiary value, we identify the item, we take a brief description of it, and we label the evidence bag with that description. We notate who's taking the item into custody, typically who located the item, the time that it's located, and the location from which it was seized or taken or collected.
And with regard to items of clothing, is that something that would be placed in just one big bag of clothes, or like how would those be packaged in evidence bag?
Mr. O'Keefe's clothing, which was already in one big pile on the floor, we packaged all.
AJ does not like the wheeze there.
There's an ongoing objection to the use of a pronoun. We did this, we did that. It's exceptionally, I think the court can tell after several weeks of trial, it's exceptionally important that we know who did what. It's inappropriate for him to say we did anything. He needs to define who did what. I don't want to continually object. So perhaps Mr. Lally can instruct him to tell me what you did and what Trooper Proctor did. Otherwise, I'm going to object.
Well, you can do it on cross.
Except all the information is coming in muddled and vague. We put it in a bag. We didn't put it in a bag. Somebody put it in a bag.
All I got was we gathered. I mean, we're all here talking. We gathered, and then you can bring it up and what you say and what I say.
Right. But we're not holding that pen. You are holding that pen. I mean, that's my problem with that kind of testimony. It gets very garbled and muddled, and I have to correct it. I have to protect the record. I don't want to have to object to every single question if he uses the pronoun we. He needs to testify to what he did or what he observed somebody else do. That's all.
Leah, what do you say?
I don't think the term we is objectionable. So, I mean, counsel can object all he wants. But I mean, as far as, again, I think the court is correct in that these are questions counsel can explore on cross as far as his recollection as to what he specifically did versus what someone else specifically did.
Then I have to go over every single question that he asks on direct. It's extremely inefficient. It's an easy instruction to give the witness. Please testify to what you did and what you saw. It's super simple. That's all I'm asking.
All right, I'm not sustaining your objection. Mr. Lally, you got 2 speeds, slow and reverse. Can we speed it up? If you choose to say who did what, fine. If you don't, then you can do what you want with that. I understand where all this is going. Let's just get through the sort of non-prejudicial stuff.
Oh no. Oh boy. Now what?
Miss Gilman,
Hold on. What
if you don't need to project it, can you shut it off? Please? Thank you, Miss
Gilman. Oh,
Okay.
Nancy, the court
How did that
reporter.
happen? Oh my God.
So some of those pieces of taillight did not even match the Lexus taillight at all. They were just like random pieces of taillight from some other remnant piece of tail. Well, then doesn't that even go more to the fact that somebody had to find some pieces of taillight to get there maybe in the meantime before they could get the actual Lexus one in place?
Which, like, that is ridiculous on its own, because then that means they didn't pull up everything that they found, like everything that they planted. Everything that they did makes no sense.
But remember how many pieces they found that night when the search team went there? They found like 3. It was like it was a scavenger hunt. It was like, okay, here's what you're looking for, guys. 3 pieces of taillight and a sneaker. Ready, go. And then once
But
they
you'd
found
think if
those
you
3
like
things,
went
they're like,
with
okay, we're
7
done.
Yeah, but you'd think if you went with like 7 pieces, you'd make like take it out what you brought in, like hiking.
They only
Yeah,
needed
not them.
enough to arrest her because the rest of them were found in the weeks following, right?
Oh, so maybe they were like trying to leave some more to find later.
Yeah, or they just
Like
put them in a bag and said, I found this today.
Yeah, like an Easter egg hunt. Okay. I don't know what just happened, but we're back.
What did you call me?
To Mr. O'Keefe's house at One Meadows Avenue in Canton. At some point, did you become aware throughout the course of your investigation that there were exterior cameras affixed to that residence as well?
Yes, I did.
And those were Ring cameras, is that correct?
That's correct.
Now, with respect to the investigation, what, if any, steps were taken in order to secure any of that footage from the exterior of the house from the Ring?
Objection.
No, I'll allow it.
We applied for multiple search warrants.
Objection.
All right, I'll see you at sidebar on this.
It's inverted.
Oh, I was just about to say we need to take a moment for this cover from the trial channel because it's perfect.
What is the nature of this objection?
This witness did not write the search warrants. This warrant did not analyze the videos. This witness did not look at the videos. He has nothing to do with those videos. Trooper Proctor did all of that.
What say you, Leah?
Sergeant Buchanan has looked at all the videos. He supervises Trooper Proctor. All I'm asking in reference to the search warrants is he's aware these search warrants were obtained. He's seen all the videos. He can testify as to how they're kept and how he viewed them just as easily as anybody else.
No, he can't. I've seen the videos as well, Your Honor. That doesn't give me the foundation to establish how they were recovered. He has to call Trooper Proctor. I know he doesn't want to, but he's going to have to.
And I know you want him to, but I'm just focusing on what's before me. So let's lay a foundation.
Sure.
At some point over the course of your investigation, were you made aware of forensic findings relating to the defendant's tail?
Yes, I was.
And specifically DNA findings?
Yes.
And specifically that there were...
Objection.
Sustained. Yes. You can turn the air conditioner.
Can turn the air conditioner. So, Your Honor, what I intend to ask him and what I expect his response to be, what I'm trying to get into is the fact that a buccal buckle swab was taken of him and Trooper Proctor and then sent off to the lab. Not anything about the results. I'm not going to be asking him about any positive results as it relates to Mr. O'Keefe, but just simply that he's aware that there were multiple contributors listed in the results. Therefore, he voluntarily provided his buccal swab to be submitted to the lab for testing.
All of that is predicated on hearsay. He can certainly testify. I don't think there's any issue of him testifying. Did you submit yourself to a buccal swab and give one? Everything else.
That's it. You can't say why he did it based on results in Lad's buccal, just between me and you. You can say that he voluntarily did it, and if he saw anybody else do it, if you want to.
Okay, understood.
Thank you, La.
I do.
Okay. You indicated yesterday on questioning, under questioning by Mr. Lally, that Miss Reed's car came in contact with or close to coming in contact with the other vehicle, the Traverse, in the video. Is that right?
The video, I
Very large cuffs.
watched the video. I observed
Very
the
red he is.
near Mr. O'Keefe's car.
Okay, that's what I want to talk about. With the court permission, maybe
He's a growing boy.
one more time. Yes, if you can pull that up, and then I'm going to ask you to pause it and get out of the way. Okay? Okay, can you just play that for a quick second, and then I'll ask you to pause it. Pause. Does that appear to be, I'm just pausing it in the first 2 or 3 seconds, does that appear to be the video that you saw yesterday?
It appears that way, yes.
Okay. Mr. Bates, if you could enlarge the area around the the left rear tire of the Traverse. I'm going to ask you, sir, if you'll pay close attention to what's been zoomed, and when the SUV gets close to it, I'm going to pause it and ask you another question. Can we go ahead and play this?
Your Honor, I'm going to object to this.
So why don't we pause the screen, take it down, and I'll see you at sidebar.
What is the objection?
As far as the enlargement and blowing it up on the screen, he can ask the witness to pay attention to observe the area on the screen, asks if he sees something. But as far as manipulating the video in this way, I don't think it's appropriate.
Your Honor, how many times has the Commonwealth asked Ms. Gilman to enlarge or zoom in on a photo or video? They do it every...
I'm going to let him do it. It's unfortunate that the DA's office didn't get better equipment for this, right? I mean, your equipment that Miss Gilman has does not amplify the way this does. Is there any suggestions that this is modified in any way, Mr. Lally?
Not that I know of, no.
Have you seen this in this form?
No.
Do you want to take a 5-minute break to see it?
No.
It's just an enlargement of the exhibits. It's just a zoom.
What are you going to do with it?
I'm going to play it until the SUV comes in contact with the troopers.
The Traverse.
Yeah, this is, you can see there's a lot of typos in this transcript. I'm going to play it until the SUV comes in contact with the Traverse. It's very obvious when you zoom in and you look at the rear tire.
Madam Court Reporter works very hard for these transcripts. She can't type as fast as we can talk, but okay. So you say it hits the Traverse, then what are you going to do with it?
That's it. Just ask him if that changes his opinion that it came in contact with or was very close to the Traverse.
And you're objecting, Mr. Lally? I've never seen you object to something that enlarges an image. Mr. Lally, you going to object?
I think the video speaks for itself. I don't see why you have to.
Mr. Lally shouldn't have asked him the question yesterday. He brought it up.
So I'll let you do it one time.
Okay.
And it did change his opinion. So it worked.
The screen.
And this vehicle,
Welcome, inverted video.
The opposite side, the left of the screen, is that correct?
Correct.
And this gentleman, if you could, please.
Your Honor, may we approach briefly?
Okay.
Your Honor, I don't know the name of this file, but all of us just put our heads together to try and figure out what this video is. We do not have this. I hesitate to say we don't have this video. We've not seen this view of the video. We do have Sallyport video. It's the one from the opposite side.
This was separately provided at a later date.
When was this provided?
It was provided specifically after Mr. Yannetti, during a pretrial hearing, had mentioned there was no video and it was grainy. I don't have the exact notice of discovery in front of me, but this was absolutely provided well prior to trial. How long is it? So it's motion activated, so it skips over. I mean, I think it stands probably about 20 minutes, but I think the entirety of the video is probably about 8 or 9 minutes.
It's 8 or 9 minutes.
I believe it's much shorter than that. I think it's about 5.5 minutes or so.
All right. Typically, the jury has asked for like a 3:14 afternoon break on days we go to 4:30. I can give them a break now so you can see it if you want.
Yeah, I desperately need to see it. Or we can move past it and give them a break at 3:15 if there's another area that we can cover and make it more.
I just feel bad where it's already up there, and
I do too.
We'll take a 5-minute. We'll take it. Okay, Mr. Lally, for your Siggies, we'll take a 10-minute break now.
Okay. Thank you for that.
So then Bev goes and watches the video during the break. AJ watches the video over the break, and then Bev overrules the objection. So they just got brand new evidence in the middle of trial that they had been asking for since pretrial hearings, and then got gaslit and told that they had it the whole time. Cool.
So, in point of fact, everything in this video, every bit of it, is reversed. Correct?
It's just a mirror image.
So it's not accurate, is it?
It's an accurate depiction of what has taken place.
Sergeant Butnick, if I were to ask you, let me give you a hypothetical.
Something funny, Ms.
Let's
Reed?
say you were investigating a circumstance in which a suspect was being identified by 5 witnesses based on a tattoo on that person's left arm. And then you go show that witness, or those series of witnesses, an inverted version of a photograph of that person with the tattoo appearing on his right arm. And those witnesses all say, nope, that's not the guy. I remember the guy. The guy had the tat on the left arm. Would you think that that's an accurate depiction of the person with the tattoo?
Objection.
Sustained.
Do you agree with me that an inverted video is not accurate? It's inverted by definition, right?
It's an accurate depiction of the events taking place.
You've reviewed this video in its entirety, you testified, correct?
Yes.
About how long would you say this video is in its runtime from start to finish?
I did not take note of the length of the video.
All right. I'm going to ask you, Mr. Bates, if you could, with the court's permission, can you just pull the cursor back to the beginning of the time of day for this video? And pause it there. Can you see, and this is not an eye exam, can you see the timestamp on the lower left-hand side?
No, I cannot.
Your Honor, with the court's permission, I could do this.
I'd like to see it, Sidebar.
Bev is about to really insert herself here.
I did tell you before, no demonstrations without me knowing about it. With the court's permission, I'm going to do this and say yes, because you didn't tell me what you were going to do until after he did it. Be careful of those things, Mr. Jackson.
Well, When I think of it, I will obviously let the court know. I wouldn't want to.
No, something with the time. What do you want to do?
I thought he might be able to see it.
Do you have a still?
I don't have a still, but he could step off the witness stand and take a look at 2 times, the beginning time of day and the end time of day.
What are the times?
5:30 and 5:48.
Are you in agreement that the times are 5:30 and 5:48?
As a beginning time, I'll take counsel's word for it.
Can we just stipulate?
Well, that's what I'm asking. Do you agree?
I think it's roughly what it is, and I can just say the runtime of the video was 5 minutes and 51 seconds.
Those are those things. That's what I need out of this witness.
All right. So we don't need the times. We can figure out the times, but the runtime, do you agree with this? 5:51.
And also, just to clarify, all that AJ was just asking was that because Yuri couldn't see the timestamp, he just wanted Yuri to be able to stand up and walk over and just say, yes, these are the numbers I see, and then walk back.
They'll have it. You'll have it. You can argue it.
I realize that.
You don't need to get it from the witness.
I do need to get it from the witness. At the time, I need him to acknowledge that this is not a complete video, that there are times missing.
It's motion activated. Is that why the times?
I don't know.
Was that testimony on this, or was that was testimony on this, right?
Yes.
All right. I know I heard testimony on motion activated. Who
Your Honor.
activated what motion? I
Your
didn't agree
Your
to any
Honor.
motions.
This is my cross.
Right. I'm not going to let him get up and look at it. You've got to stipulate.
I'm happy to do that.
That is 5 minutes and 51 seconds.
5 minutes.
What did you say it was?
I believe it's 5 minutes and 51 seconds of runtime.
5:51, 5:52. I'll stipulate to that. And also, if I could just get a stipulation for the beginning run time. I'm sorry, the beginning time.
Okay. So you're saying the time is longer than 5 minutes and 51 seconds.
It's 17 minutes. It should be 17 minutes long.
It is. It's motion activated.
Okay. Who's on first? Do you agree that it is 17 minutes long?
Roughly, yeah.
It should be. It's not, but it should be.
Are you satisfied with that time?
5:30:32.
5:30 and then whatever. And then it goes to 5:48 and whatever. I've got the times in my notes, the exact times.
You don't have to get it from the witness if you get it from Mr. Lally, right?
Right. If we could have 1 or 2 questions of the witness based on that.
That sounds about right. I don't know the end time offhand.
Why don't you have him just put it down, put it at the end time. You can look at the end time and then we'll move on.
Everybody's frozen on my end. Is it me or is
Oh
it?
no.
Am I
It's
frozen
you.
on your end?
It's
No,
you.
you're not frozen, but
Okay. That's exactly what I was.
You're not going to get it from the witness. I'm not going to make him come up and do a demonstration. And I
not-
do think it's just you that's frozen.
It's not even a demonstration.
I'm not going to have him.
If we had monitors on the witness stand, we wouldn't have to.
And if you had a still shot, you could show him. So, okay, you've agreed. It's 5:51, right?
yes. Oh wait, doesn't Jackson seem like he wants to be like in California? We have cameras on the witness and we have screens.
Better technology.
So do you want me to tell the jury this?
They
No.
decide on this. Wait, so they decide on the stipulation, all of that just instead of Yuri standing up. Sorry, continue.
You want me to tell the jury this?
No, I'll do it.
Or do you want me to tell your witness?
I'm just going to ask for a stipulation first. Mr. Lally, the Commonwealth stipulates to these 2 times.
So that's typically not how it's done. I tell the jury that we have the following stipulation, and then you can say what the stipulation is. You cannot question the prosecutor during the course of this trial.
Not questioning him.
No, I'm just telling you.
I'm asking for the stipulation.
Please let me talk.
I have let you talk. You're not letting me make a record.
Oh, you've made a record. The prosecutor is agreeing to this. You can't openly say in court, in front of the jury, Mr. Lally, will you stipulate to this? That's all I was saying to you.
Understood. Understood.
So now they go back, they do that. And then this is just a couple minutes later. AJ has a flash drive with the inverted video re-inverted.
Wait, hold on one second. Corey, I see Corey's here. Do you think that the judge is trying to make Lally stipulate so that Buchanan doesn't perjure himself?
Wait,
what I
make
think.
Lally stipulate to, oh.
Because if Buchanan lies and says it's only a 5-minute and 51-second video when it's really supposed to be 17 minutes or whatever the issue is, by Lally stipulating to it, Buchanan doesn't have to lie on the stand, which is what it sounds like to me is happening here.
Ooh. See, this is why we need you. I just thought she was just woke up in a bad
I don't know
mood.
what any of those words mean.
So it's basically like if AJ had said, "Did you know that this video was shorter than it's supposed to be?" He would either have to say that his testimony the day before, what he had like lied about it, and Bev basically intercepted and was like, "We're just going to stipulate and actually just say that this is how long it is. That's that."
Right. Right.
Yeah, good call. Okay, so now they have the re-inverted video.
Have you seen it?
No.
He has seen it. This is the same video. We sent it to him yesterday. The same video that we had on Friday. It is this video inverted. When we received the original video from the share file from the Commonwealth, it was in an executable format, an EXE format, which is weird. It should have just been in video format. So this video has the proper time of day on it, 5:38 and whatever it is, but it's completely inverted. You can't see it. So it's exactly this video, just inverted. There's no difference whatsoever.
You sent it to the Commonwealth yesterday?
We did, actually Saturday.
You haven't seen it?
I've seen as far as the video that was produced on Thursday. I took a quick look at this in the sense that it appeared to be the same video that was sent. That's what I thought was being sent, was just a formal copy of what
Because you hadn't received it because I took it?
Miss Gilman had burned a copy, so that is why I didn't really bother to look at something that appeared to be the same thing.
And it is the same thing. It's exactly this video, just literally the mirror image.
How is it different than what we had on Friday?
The one on Friday, I don't know. It may be the same, but there's an anomaly that occurred in one of the versions of the videos that we saw that we received from.
No, but I mean, you said on Friday.
That's what I'm explaining. I don't know because I don't have it.
Oh, hold on one second. Jurors, we're going to give you a 10-minute break.
And then they just change the subject and they don't continue about that video at all. So I don't quite know what ended up happening with that. Now they just start talking about Proctor.
I want to hear you on the Trooper Proctor motion that the Commonwealth wanted renewed for today as well. What do you intend to do regarding the internal affairs?
Nothing.
Not mentioned to it at all.
Nope. I'm not seeking the introduction of that at all.
Okay.
My cross-examination is going to be based on bias.
Federal grand jury minutes.
The federal grand jury minutes. A lot of the information that came out in the federal grand jury minutes will be reflected in my questioning of Trooper Proctor, completely excluding anything having to do with the.
Does that answer your question?
It does. The only other questions I have were twofold. Number one, as it pertains to bias, I certainly understand certain statements contained within the text to friends and family, as well as other troopers fall into that category. I don't think that there is anything being any text messages with any Canton police officers that have anything to do with bias. So I'd raise that. Secondly, and I'm just going on sort of my understanding as far as protective orders are concerned, that I don't believe any of the text messages or any of the items contained can be displayed on the screen. And I'm not saying council intended to do that. I just want to clarify that before.
I think Leah took my last lucky. Are you stuck with that protective order as well?
No, I don't think so. No, we've redacted everything having to do with TUI, coming from the AUSA, all of it's been redacted. It's just the text messages that are there, downloaded, their extraction from an iCloud account. So we've been told we can, inside the four corners of the courtroom, we can use anything we want to.
Okay, Leah, I turned one over upside down. That's my lucky. Don't take my lucky next time. Okay.
And I'm not disputing that as far as using what you want to. I just don't know if that includes publishing it on a screen. So basically, don't show the jurors what Michael Proctor said.
How about with Detective Albert? That's what you raised, right?
Detective Albert and Sergeant Good.
Sergeant Good? I don't think I have anything with Sergeant Good that I'm interested in.
Maybe he should have.
Wow, this is foreshadowing of what happened with Good. So Lally knew stuff about Good right here, but Jackson doesn't. Back to one. Let's start at the top of the page again.
Lally wanted to know if AJ knew about Sean Good, and AJ didn't pick up on it.
Because Lally knew. It's telling us everything.
Yeah, and he's fishing to see if that's going to come out.
Sergeant Good,
How about with Detective Albert? That's what you raised, right?
Detective Albert and Sergeant Good.
Sergeant Good? I don't think I have anything with Sergeant Good that I'm interested in. Sergeant Albert. I'm sorry, Detective Albert. Yes, there will be a couple of text messages back and forth. We've redacted a portion about...
Regarding, because there is an argument objecting to Detective Albert. So show Mr. Lally what you intend to introduce.
Of course. Sure.
And that was that.
Now, again, you had a conversation or an interview with the defendant on the afternoon of January 29th when you were indicted, correct?
That's correct.
And during the course of that interview, she made statements about her broken taillight and when that occurred, correct?
Objection.
Do you want the instruction, or do you want to come see me at Sidebar?
Sidebar.
It's out there. It's outside the scope. Her statements I never addressed.
It's not outside the scope because he's raised as far as issues where Trooper Proctor was around the taillight, and the defendant said to them earlier, hours before they were back at the Canton Police Station, that she broke it the night before.
Which you got at on direct examination, which I did not address on cross.
All right. Okay. All right. You're implying that Proctor broke the taillight.
I'm implying that Proctor was standing near the taillight based on video surveillance. I'm not implying it. He was standing near the taillight based on video surveillance.
Okay. If you intend to argue it, I'll let the prosecutor get this question in.
He's allowed to get in questions that he asked on direct examination.
This is one of the problems of taking so many days off. You didn't touch upon this at all?
No, zero.
All right. I'm not going to allow it. You can argue it.
Understood. And enter Michael Proctor.
Dun, dun, dun.
Doctor, over the course of your career responding to unattended deaths or death investigations as a member, as a detective of the unit, how many of those have involved situations where a pedestrian was struck by a motor vehicle?
Well, I've been in the unit maybe 3 or 4, and then I've had other experiences on the road.
And as far as the other experiences on the road, can you expound upon those as far as how many or over what time period we're talking about?
It was about 6 years I spent on the road, so maybe another 3 or 4.
with reference to those pedestrian crashes, what, if anything, have you seen in those prior investigations in regard to sneakers or footwear of pedestrians involved in motor vehicle crashes?
Objection.
I'm going to see you at Sidebar.
Your objection?
Relevance. You know, talk about relevance and foundation, both. He's not an expert on motor vehicle pedestrian accidents or incidents, and he can't talk about anecdotal events. What happened in other incidents has no bearing what may or may not have happened in this instance.
What say you, La?
Your Honor, what I say is this witness, especially with his experience on the road as a trooper, is he's had experience with pedestrian crashes. There's a well-known phenomenon with regard to pedestrians being tossed out of their shoes in the course of pedestrian crashes. And that's what, the significance of the one shoe to this particular trooper as he made those observations in the hospital, which then led to some of the subsequent searches, obviously later that day when the other shoe was located in the area of the crash.
I'm going to allow it because it goes to the steps they took in their investigation, which has been challenged from the first witness on.
I have obviously to make a record, and I would like to make my record complete. I have absolutely no problem with him saying, based on the fact that we found one shoe, we searched for the other shoe. If he had an absolute theory that a motor vehicle was a cause of the other shoe is going to be missing, of course he's going to look for the other shoe because there's only one shoe found.
Right. No one told Clara.
But this is a backdoor way of getting in some expertise that he does not have, clearly.
Okay. The objection is overruled.
The objection's overruled. Proctor is an accident expert, apparently.
I remember going berserk when this happened in real time. I'm like, that is not an indicator of a pedestrian accident that somebody always loses a shoe. It was wild.
You didn't know that? The only way to take off your shoes is to get hit by a car. Every day when I get home, I go stand on the road, I wait to get hit by a car, and then I pick up my shoes and I go inside. There's no other way to get them off. I don't know how you guys are living.
Now, as far as that term that you used before, as far as a digital imprint, can you explain to the jury?
Sorry.
Now, as far as that term that you used before, as far as a digital imprint, can you explain to the jury what you understand that term to mean?
Essentially, digital footprint is if, a video is created, it's going to leave some type of a record in the archives.
And what, if any, information did you receive from Ring as far as their videos system is concerned and in regard to the digital footprint?
Objection.
Not what anybody told you, but what you received.
That if a video is deleted,
Objection.
The objection sustained.
Move to strike.
Witness strike.
So then some more testimony happens, but the sidebar is about that. So he testifies to a little bit more, and then Jackson comes up during the lunch break and is clearly still stewing about this.
The question was objected to. The answer was stricken, but I'm concerned about one of the answers that was attempted to be elicited. He's gone now.
Right.
This witness indicated an objectionable hearsay question about hearing from Ring that videos that the digital footprint suggested that videos had been deleted is the first I've heard of that. No, I have no report on that.
That's not what he said, and that's not what I was trying to elicit from him was that if a video was deleted, there is no digital footprint in relation to that video, so you can't tell, and Ring couldn't tell us or him whether or not a video had existed in some place that wasn't there anymore. So he wasn't testifying that something had been deleted. He was just testifying that if something had been deleted, there would be no record. There would be no documentation regarding that. And spoiler alert, Proctor deleted it.
That's very different than what I.
And that's exactly what I have, that the video was deleted. If the video would create, I sustained the objection and I struck it. He said deleted as well, created a footprint, never obtained the video. I thought the answer was just going to be, did you ever obtain it? And the answer is no.
Right. He started with the 2 words deleted videos, and I objected, and that was stricken because it was obviously hearsay. That leaves the jurors with the impression that that it was stricken, and I expect them to follow their instructions, but it seems like there's a bell that's been rung, unless I'm mistaken, and to put it in correctly, and I'll rely on co-counsel to correct me if I am, but it sounded very much like what he was about to say was he was told by Ring that there was the digital fingerprint or digital footprint that indicated that there were deleted videos in that database.
You know, that's an awful lot for him to get out when it was struck, right? Like the objection is sustained, moved to strike, stricken. I didn't hear all of that.
All he said, he got out 2 words, and the 2 words were deleted videos. And I thought he was about to say deleted videos weren't found in the system, and I objected.
You just said a whole string of words that I thought you said he said.
Right. I think, I think I can clear this up. Let's do this after lunch.
No. Let's do it now. I don't want to bring them in.
So then AJ talks to Yannetti, a little chit chat, and then.
So what Mr. Yannetti just told me is what I'm trying to say inartfully is the term digital fingerprint was used in the question, and then the answer, the words deleted videos were used, and the inference, it's speculation that a digital fingerprint shows that there were deleted videos. That needs to be cleared up.
But it was all struck, right?
I don't know.
It was struck. What are you asking me to do specifically?
Maybe we can stipulate that.
No. This will be an instruction. That's why, what are you asking me to do?
To instruct the jurors exactly what Mr. Lally just said, which I have no problem with. If that's what he was seeking to elicit, that is consistent with the information we have, that there would be no digital fingerprint. So whatever that sentence was that he just said, I think the jurors should be instructed on that because that's the true fact.
I'm not going to give an instruction that says what a fact is. You can do that through cross-examination. I can give an instruction that says anything that I order stricken from the record, you are not to consider.
That would be fine, Your Honor. That'd be fine.
Also, we're getting close to the end of the clips that I have pulled. Just FYI.
Skipping down a couple, do you see an entry at 10:53:49 p.m.?
Yes.
And that's from a 617 number, is that correct?
Correct.
And what is the response there?
Oh man, that's rough.
And following that, do you respond to the earlier query as far as age?
I do.
And what did you say?
Mid-40s.
Now, the next message below that, as far as indication of mid-40s, what is that?
His age.
No, I understand that. I'm sorry. The next message underneath that, sir.
I'm sorry. It's a Facebook link.
And do you recall what that Facebook link is to?
It's to John O'Keefe.
And is that something you sent or one of your friends sent?
One of my friends sent.
And the next message below, turning to now page 2529 at the top there. What is the next message that's sent?
What's that? Don't have the book anymore.
And as far as the book, what did you understand that to be? Maybe approach.
Sure.
Who calls it the book? My objection is relevance as it's coming in through the Commonwealth. If this is impeachment for bias, how is Mr. Lally going to get through all of these text messages?
What do you say about that, Mr. Lally?
If there's a Bowden defense, if there's an attack on this witness's credibility, which had been done prior to this witness even getting on the stand through almost every single witness that has come up, I think it's relevant for us to impute that bias, or at least to demonstrate exactly what that bias is, if anything. So basically, he's saying I should be allowed to let Proctor explain away how these text messages aren't really that bad.
Yeah, they wanted to get ahead of it. He doesn't get to impeach his own witness.
I'm not.
He doesn't get to impeach.
Bias isn't impeachment.
Excuse me. What he's trying to do is lance the bullet.
Take the sting out.
Correct.
Do you have an extra? Do you have an extra copy? I didn't print them out. I read them again yesterday. I didn't print it out. Do you have an extra copy?
I just have a copy for myself and the witness.
Do we have an extra copy?
Okay.
We have one for me, one for the witness. I can give that to you now as long as we get it back.
That would be helpful. Thank you. Do you intend to go through every single one?
No, not every single one. I'm just laying a foundation as far as this communication goes. And I'm getting into specific ones and then moving on to others.
Yeah. And of course, the specific ones are the ones he wants to take the sting out of. And it's completely inappropriate.
But I don't know that yet. Are they?
But I'm asking this court to stop him from impeaching his own witness to take the stand. It is irrelevant for purposes of bias. The Commonwealth can't impeach their witnesses. And this text stream is one that has exceedingly biased information on it. And so Mr. Lally says, no, I'm just going to do a few of them. The few of them that he's going to do, that he's going to go through, are going to be the most serious in terms of this witness's prejudice and bias against my client. It's improper for him to do it in advance.
What do you say?
I don't think it's at all improper for me to do in advance as far as it goes to this witness's course of his investigation. It goes to, again, as I stated before, this is, if we're coming at this clean and there had been no attack on this witness's credibility or his bias or anything else that had been presented prior to or taking the stand of this trial, I might see more of a point to what Mr. Jackson is saying. But given what's gone on throughout the course of this trial, I think it's more than fair and appropriate for the witness to explain.
He has to explain this under cross-examination. The fact that he attacked his credibility is exactly why Mr. Lally cannot, the Commonwealth cannot.
So what I want to give the jury a 5-minute break. I need to read them and we'll see. We'll give them a 10-minute break. So if you could give that to me, that could be helpful.
Immediately.
Jurors, we're going to take a 10.
I'll just stop to say something. This is exactly why the fact that the defense was required by the judge to turn over all of their impeachment evidence, it took away every smoking gun that they have because Lally prepped every single witness how to explain this stuff away. It was wild. I've never seen anything like it. Upside down, inside out, Narnia of Norfolk County, Massachusetts.
Karen talked about this in the Rotten Mango interview where she was saying that they wanted to go through and make it with Lally just reading the text messages in a monotone. Oh yeah, she had a leaky balloon, not leaks poo, just in a monotone way that didn't hit the same way that AJ got to do it in. Bev's back from her Siggy.
Thank you. All right, so I'm overruling the objection. You can go ahead and make your record.
Your Honor, it appears that the Commonwealth is taking a tactical approach to improper and not allowed under the evidence code by presenting evidence that is completely irrelevant to the Commonwealth's case in chief and irrelevant to this witness. Irrelevant to this witness pursuant to their direct examination. If I choose to cross-examine him, this witness, on issues of bias, then redirect examination is the appropriate mechanism by which the Commonwealth can and try to rehabilitate him. But for them to go through and literally they've just been arguing that he's unbiased in his direct examination. Then they try to show all of the bias in order to, as the court said earlier, to take the sting out of it. That's an improper use of direct examination for their purposes. For this purpose, it is completely irrelevant. We don't get to call the witness for the purpose of impeaching him in order to keep the opponent, the other side, from being able to impeach that witness. If they go through all of these text messages, all of these date books, then the court can expect I'm going to go through every single one of those again. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of judicial resources, and it's irrelevant for purposes of the Commonwealth's presentation.
Oh, AJ.
Okay. What do you want to say just
to complete the record, Your Honor? What I would say is that from the very first words out of Mr. Yannetti's mouth in his opening statement that his client was framed, that's essentially been the posture of the defense.
All right. So talk about the evidence.
No. And what I'm saying is that dovetails into the evidence as far as almost every single witness has been asked questions about this witness and about this witness's purported bias or about this witness's, lack of integrity in the investigation, so on and so forth. And, suggestions that there was planted evidence, suggestions that he's, very early on focused on the defendant, and this, information related to that I think is entirely relevant based on the fact that the defendant has put it out there.
Okay. All right. So your objection is overruled.
So literally, Lally's like, well, this is their fault that I have to ask Michael Proctor to read his dirty text messages because they were the ones that said that he was bad.
This does make me mad all over again in real time because we didn't know what they were saying up there. And Alan Jackson is 100% right. 100% right. You can't call your own witness and then try to impeach them on the stand. It's mind-blowing.
August of 2022, you did.
Oh, by the way, this is the last sidebar that I have for us.
Cool. We can come back and do part 2. This is good because if it's only an hour and a half long, it's good for people to digest and then do another part.
Perfect.
Another day.
Liked or did not like Mr. Yannetti, correct?
That's correct.
Why was that?
Well, basically, he stood up in open court and spouted lie after lie about me, called me corrupt and conflicted, dragged my name through the mud after I spent 10 plus years without a single complaint filed against me. And he had no basis or no facts for these wild accusations because there are none. This investigation was done with the utmost integrity, not just by me, but my supervisors and other troopers in my office, as well as Mr. Yannetti shows up at my sister's school yesterday.
Watch Yannetti's face.
In the parking lot where he's not welcomed or where people are not supposed to be, with one of their witnesses and their private investigator. And a teacher sees this, informs Mr. Yannetti that he can't be there. And instead of saying, okay, and leaving, he asks, is Courtney Proctor in the building? Does she work here? She calls me to see if she was being served.
Objection. Can we approach?
AJ's about to be awesome. Yannetti's about to be awesome. Just wait for it.
He better have a witness for this. This is absolutely outrageous. That never happened. What he's describing on the witness stand is completely
Spaghetti. Come back here.
It's an utter lie. Everything he's saying is an utter lie. Mr. Yannetti went out yesterday and interviewed Lucky Loughran. Mr. Yannetti has no idea where his kids go to school. He couldn't care less where his kids go to school. They met in the parking lot so that they could drive on the route that ultimately is Mr. Loughran is expected to testify to. And this person gets up on the stand and suggests that Mr. Yannetti was asking about his minor daughter. That is Absolutely insane.
AJ thinks that Courtney is his daughter.
He doesn't even know.
I didn't hear that.
He just said he started asking about, does Courtney Proctor, does my daughter go to...
Courtney's the sister.
It doesn't matter. It's all made up. He said daughter, but then he used the word Courtney. Fortunately, I have witnesses who are going to correct this man.
Okay, so no gesticulating for the cameras, Mr. Yannetti. Jurors, we're going to take a break. We're going to send you out. Mr. Yannetti, get your ass over here.
Sorry. He committed perjury.
And Bev's acting like Yannetti's only mad because the cameras are there, like as if he's just putting on a show.
I expect some professionalism here while the jury's here. I understand the TV cameras are looking right at you.
Your Honor, I object.
Hold on.
I object to that characterization.
I understand that the camera's there and people are going to see this, and we don't need to do any more than what's going on.
We didn't do it for the cameras, Your Honor.
I didn't say that, Mr. Yannetti.
Okay.
This is like from the dictionary what gaslighting is.
And I don't want you being like this in front of the jury. So what are you asking me to do?
Strike his entire answer. His entire answer needs to be stricken. By the way, it was non-responsive to Mr. Lally's question, which was...
Why do you hate Yannetti?
Yannetti, which, by the way, his answer preceded this. Exactly. Shenanigan.
All right. So I will strike.
And I'm wondering, Judge, I don't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry. I'm wondering, how can Mr. Yannetti be so confident about the answer he was about to give?
Okay. You're doing Yannetti and Lally. Are you interested them again?
God, how could
Mixing
Mr.
them up.
Lally? God, how could Mr. Lally be so confident? I apologize in his question to this witness if they've had no communication. I am very, very troubled by this.
Did you expect any of this?
No. I mean, I'm aware of the incident, but I wasn't asking
How?
about the incident.
How? I would ask Mr. Lally how he's aware of the incident.
Because it was said to me by about half a dozen people yesterday, as far as Mr. Yannetti being in the parking lot at the Kennedy Elementary School, where Courtney Proctor works as a teacher and her two children go. He's also communicated to me that Mr. Yannetti, I was asking questions about whether or not Courtney Proctor was present in the building at the time. I wasn't asking anything about that, specifically asked about August of 2022.
Right. All right. So I'm going to strike all this. Mr. Lally can ask that question, the right question. And as soon as he veers, I'll cut him off. All right. So I will strike this.
The only thing I would ask is to show deference to Mr. Yannetti, who was the subject of this ridiculousness. If there's anything else that he believes I need to ask for in terms of this witness being sanctioned or censured.
Go ahead, Mr. Yannetti. Why don't you come over to the microphone? Why don't you tell me?
I'll trade places. I appeared at the Kennedy School at the request of Brian Loughran. I told him that I wanted to come down to Canton to take the route with him. I suggested that we meet at the DPW. He said I would rather meet at the Kennedy School. I had no idea that Courtney Proctor lived there. I had no idea that her children worked there. I had no idea that her children went to school there. And had I known that, I would have rejected that as a meeting place. I had no idea whatsoever. And then we left. The cars were parked in that lot. So after we took the route, we came back and got in the cars and left. I cannot imagine the testimony that just came through this court. That's all I want to put on the record.
Okay.
In terms of a remedy, striking that last answer, I think, is sufficient. And I will be questioning Brian Loughran about whether any of that happened. He was there the whole time.
Well, not if it's stricken, right? He's your witness.
Well,
that I would have issue with.
Puts us in a very tough position because you're right, Judge.
you just said you don't mind.
No. Oh, wait. No, that I would have issue with if it's going to be stricken and then Mr. Yannetti intends to do it with the witness on the stand. I think that's improper.
Improper. Yeah, that's what I just said. I just said that too.
Well, I suppose I could call my investigator to say when we showed up there, did we converse with anyone other than Brian Lochran?
Yeah, I'm not going to weigh in on that now.
To answer I appreciate, Mr. Jackson, you giving me this opportunity. I don't have anything to add. Thank you, Your Honor. That satisfies us.
Okay. All right. And you get to ask the question. Maybe you highlight for him that he answers this particular question, listens to it, and answers it.
Understood. And that's the end of part 1.
Well, that's some BS. But I'm just wondering, was Proctor one of the last witnesses to testify? Does it say what the date was of that testimony? Because I'm trying to figure out, how did the judge know who Courtney Proctor was? But I think there was some earlier testimony in the trial. Or did they not talk about the messages of Courtney and Julie Albert? Because maybe Julie Albert already testified before this and was talking about her messages with Courtney Proctor saying, when this is all over, I want to get your brother a thank you gift. So maybe the judge is paying attention. Oh, you must be sweaty from that wig.
I had to find that. Oh my God, it took me like an hour. I'm like, where the hell did I put it?
About the date. So good. I love having your Bev back. I miss that Bev.
I know. I didn't think she wanted to come back, but no, I think she did. She was like dying to come back.
The wig was speaking to you?
Yeah.
So good.
That was fun. Any thoughts, any feelings, any emotions?
Yeah, it just outrages me all over again.
Takes me right back to it.
Mm-hmm. Being Lally is truly an exhausting thing to do. Like, he must just be exhausted every day, just existing in his own body and like talking that slowly and saying so many words to say nothing at all over and over and over again.
Word salad. And
Really,
I mean, it's wild to see this. It's wild to be able to read it. I hadn't read it before we read it together.
Me neither.
I didn't practice it. Cold read. Well done to us.
Both of us. I know.
Amazing.
How much more is left from the sidebars? I wonder. Do you know?
There's a lot.
You want to switch it up?
For the next time, who do you want to be? Yeah, you guys can switch.
I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you want to. I'll do whatever you want. I can play any role.
I don't know.
I'll even order a wig.
It's the Party City kind. Party City, it's like yellow bob. It's like $5.
Jimmy could overnight it to you. It could be like Sisterhood of the Traveling Wig.
Oh my God, no, he has to keep that wig because I will never mail it back. I will never go to the post office for anything ever. I will just get it from Amazon is what I will do. I'll just search up Judge Cannone wig and I bet you it will pop up on Amazon.
Perfect.
Just be a picture of me.
What is the chat saying? I was just wondering what the chat was saying about this.
The chat is loving you guys, obsessing over you.
I love this for us.
There's actually a lot more. I mean, I haven't been able to go through. The PDFs that we get are not the searchable kind.
Right.
And last time, Corey, thank you so much, made them into like OCR, but this time I was trying to do it quickly. So I was like, pulled up the YouTube video and I was searching the YouTube transcript and then trying to find that spot in the PDF. So that's why we didn't have so many.
Were we better than the Lifetime movie? That's what I want to know. Were we better than the Lifetime movie?
Lifetime movie.
Yes.
Thank you.
The Lifetime movie wasn't bad though.
I don't think it was bad either.
I liked it.
I liked it too.
I mean, I thought it was entertaining.
For Lifetime?
It was fiction.
Yeah,
it was
for Lifetime. It was good.
Yeah, it was classic Lifetime.
And Katie Cassidy did a good job. I mean, I can't remember. It was a long time ago, but any miscasts in that movie? I mean, the Alan Jackson wasn't as charismatic as Alan Jackson is, but Alan said they got everything down to his watch right. Like everything. They got John O'Keefe's wardrobe right too.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the John O'Keefe character. I didn't think he was as charismatic as John O'Keefe was, probably. I think that the actor playing him made him into kind of like a douchey character, which I didn't like.
Yeah. I thought that AJ was answering those questions as if maybe he wants to be featured on more Lifetime movies, so he didn't want anybody to be mad about it.
Right.
He was looking at his client list and was like, I see some more Lifetime movies in my future, so I'm going to say they did a great job.
Mm-hmm.
They made Lally very charismatic. Lally's closing was 1,000 times better in the movie than in real life.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, my phone is blowing up with all the news about Nancy Guthrie that is not news. Like, is your phone blowing up about this? Why is everybody riveted by this story? I don't know. I don't get it.
Who's blowing up your phone about Nancy? No,
I mean, every 5 seconds I'm getting a new story. That's not really a story. It's like Nancy
who's
Guthrie's
texting her about
kidnappers' possible looks are revealed, and everyone who's on YouTube talking about it is like, well, it could mean this, it could mean that, it could mean there's no solid information on it.
Oh, I keep doing that.
Be careful.
No, I keep on forgetting that I have this new chair that I can't do that on. Wait, so what's the updates?
It just says like, here's what the person may look like, and like now, like the FBI is offering $100,000 reward, and there was like another Bitcoin thing that went to TMZ. I can't even keep up with it all. I can't keep up with it.
Feels weird and fake.
Totally. Like, who's sending? Anybody who's ever watched any television show or movie ever knows that the people who want the ransom send you a note, and they're like, if you tell the police, I will kill your person that I'm kidnapped.
Right. It's like this in like Liam Neeson related and missing his daughter, also affiliated. It's like,
did you watch All Her Fault? Did you guys watch that series?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's so good. You should watch it. It's Sarah Snook from Succession. And who's the other female lead? I forget, but it was really good. It's only like 8 episodes, and it's pretty new. Highly recommend.
What's it about?
I think it's Elle Fanning or Dakota Fanning or one of the Fanning sisters.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a mom goes to pick up her son at school, and he's 5, I think, and he's supposed to be on a play date, or she goes to pick him up at the play date where he's supposed to be, and they're like, he's not here. And then it's like 8 episodes of finding her child. It's good. Did you guys watch it in the chat?
Kindergarten Cop. The beginning of Kindergarten Cop. And one of the kids gets kidnapped.
Dakota Fanning. And it's the guy from White Lotus. I don't know if you watched White Lotus.
That I have seen.
But you remember the husband who played, like, he was the one who wanted the pineapple suite. I think it was season 1 in White Lotus. He's in it. He plays one of the husbands. It's good.
Oh, like the mean husband?
Yeah, the one whose mother came on the honeymoon.
Yes. And who's the girlfriend? The girlfriend's a famous actress.
With the pretty blue eyes.
Oh, the beautiful girl. I forget her name, but I went to acting class with her sister, actually.
No way.
Yeah. Her name's Alexandra something. All right. Dakota Fanning, Sarah Snook, Jake Lacey. That's the guy who plays the husband. He was in White Lotus.
Hold on one second.
Jake Lacey was in The Office.
Yes, that too. Yes. It was good.
Something about me is that I've never seen anything, and I don't know the names of any actors and any. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I'm on like IMDb every single day. I'm looking when I'm watching TV. I'm like, where do I know this person from? And then I have to look it up and find out where I know this person from.
I've probably like sat next to like famous actors before and just had truly no idea. I'm not good at that stuff. I'm not. Yeah. We watch Bluey. We watch a lot of Bluey in my house.
Oh, really? Well, you're at that age where you have to, right?
Mm-hmm. I know every word to every episode of Bluey, and that's taking up all the space in my mind for anything else.
So, all right. Well, thanks for hosting us and putting this whole thing together. I know it's a lot of work to pull all those clips and figure out where they are and do all that stuff, but I feel like you'll get a lot more on the replay if it's not 4 hours long. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I'm so happy to do it. This was like just for me as much as it was for anybody else. I really had so much fun.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
belated
to you.
Oh, you're very sweet. Thank you.
Happy
birthday, dear Melanie.
Alexandra Dario.
Birthday to you.
blow out the candle.
Thank you guys.
Aw, that was
Happy
so
Valentine's
cute.
Day, everybody. But every day should be Valentine's Day. Don't go out to dinner today. It's the worst day to go out to dinner besides Mother's Day. And every day should be like Valentine's Day, right? If you're in a good relationship, shouldn't every day be like Valentine's Day? Shouldn't only get flowers on Valentine's Day. Buy your person flowers all the time. And if you don't have a person, buy your own damn flowers.
Candles dripping, Mel.
I can buy myself flowers.
Blow it out. Blow it out.
Oh my God.
Yay. Make a wish.
I just looked for a candle. I didn't have one, but I had this candle lighter. So
Oh, you're a sweetheart. Thank you.
that's what we used.
All right, I'm going to jump you guys. Thanks for having me. This
Yeah.
is really, really fun. Let's
Thank
do
you
it
for
again
coming.
soon.
So now I'll let you know when part 2 is ready.
Yeah, we'll switch roles.
Yeah, anything you want.
Thank you for having us, Emily.
Thanks,
Thank you for coming.
Love you
You're
guys.
seriously the best. The best. Bye.
You are. No, you are.
You guys, that was so fun. I was just thinking before I say goodbye to everybody, I could take a second to walk you through what came through in that new document dump that we got. So if you give me a second, can we take a fervent commercial break so that I can pull all that up and then I can just show you what we have access to now? Stick around for 1 second.
Biting my tongue for so long. Fuck you, Hank. Think you're better than me. Fuck you, Hank. You are not lolly. Fuck you, Hank. Think you're better than me. Fuck you, Hank. But why don't we see? I'm a basic kind of guy. I really don't need a flaunt. Smoking 6 packs a day and I'm happy as a hog. All I do is mumble. Do I really need any lungs? The trial 1 jury was just like me. They were hung. Trial 2 came around and you wanna bench me? Not 1 guilty vote was embarrassing to see. Need to remind you that my jury was 9-3. Take your little OUI and get about the scene. Fuck you, Hank, Hank. Think you're better than me? Fuck you, Hank. You are not lolly. Fuck you, Hank. Think you're better than me? Fuck you, Hank. Well, why don't we see? Oh, I know what will get us the win. Ask Rich about his fucking ham sandwich again. That'll prove this beyond all reasonable doubt. Oh, who am I kidding? This shit is around.
It appears that I made a mistake.
You took this case so damn personally, and I hold that opinion to a scientific certainty. You weasel face, fuck bet, Arca Major P. Even with all the help you got from Beverly, standing ovation. What a robust cross. Psych. Your nerdy ass looks so fucking lost. Just think, $500,000 was all it cost to get our asses kicked in the fucking law. Fuck you, hey, hey. Think you're better than me? Fuck you, hey. You are not lolly. Fuck you, Hank. Think you're better than me? Fuck you, hey. Well, why don't we see? Why don't we see? Hey. Waiting for your response, Becky. Yeah, yeah.
Did I mention my jury was also hung?
That's supposed to be me. I don't see it. Okay, so here's what we have now. Oh no, hold on. Remove, add. Okay. Okay. I haven't even looked at everything. So there's all the 911 calls that came in that day. And now that we know Kelly Devermore, I find it very entertaining, like hearing her on the 911 calls. Hold on 1 sec. If I do this and share audio, maybe we can listen to one. That one we have already heard. Okay. Well, I don't want to give us stuff we've already heard before. We've heard that one. Okay. We can't hear that. I don't know what to do. Hold on. Share screen. Share audio. Figured it out.
Again, 682 to control. All right, we'll all be clear from 34 Fairview. You can assign me an off.
They're working on that.
Yeah, these feel like files that maybe I'm going to wait for somebody to actually go through and find the good ones. But so there's that. And then there's voicemails from John O'Keefe. There's a ton of Ring video from John's house. Oh, I have to download those. Oh, I know. I can do it from Loophole made a link. And I can also put the link to these. Loophole put them into a Google Drive that I can link in the description. But then there's also a whole bunch of the police reports that we hadn't seen. Also, this piece of taillight, like you would think at this point, they would be so embarrassed by the fact that they claimed that Berkowitz found this in a melted footprint in the snow from his car, that they would maybe like delete that from the folders. But no, they're still just super proud of this find from Berkowitz for some weird reason. It's just in its own little file that they needed to include. They don't have any of the other pictures of taillight, just Berkowitz's one piece of taillight for no reason. Yeah, a whole bunch of the police reports that we hadn't seen yet, interviews with the kids, that's no. All the interviews with the firefighters. That's Higgins's interview that we just recently got. I also find it really interesting to see who did each interview. Like, why did DeChico do Camerano's? They're like, this guy's not that important. We'll send in DeChico. And how come DeChico has never had to testify in anything, but he's always there? So this is from Seraph. This is, so all the firefighters, just a whole bunch of stuff. And then all the like evidence logs that probably were not done correctly, knowing Michael Proctor. And there's oh, you guys want to watch this? Okay. Do you guys want to see Trooper Paul's testing? I haven't watched it yet, but there's interior and exterior. Let me download these. We'll do one more fervent song. I'll download those, and then we can see Trooper Joe Paul at work. We'll see him just crushing life. Okay, let me stop that.
Today we say a prayer for Adam Lally, the once mediocre prosecutor who stayed mediocre. May the Lord hear our prayer. In the words of Auntie Bear, speak up loudly. Got a $500,000 cause of your incompetency. Calling me a nerd with creativity. Your shit was boring just like your delivery. Your monotone ass can't demand more cash. Only idiot to use a hung jury as a brag. A lowly ADA, so you must be a hack. You don't wanna see me get spanky on the track. You ain't good enough to have a private practice. You ain't smart enough to hide your malpractice. I was the star, you were like a fading actress. Hope Welcher spread his load all over your mattress. I know a lot of times that raps be fiction, but really let these next 2 bars sink in. You ain't skilled enough to get a conviction, even when in a corrupt jurisdiction. As for the aftermath, well, I'm making more cash. As for you, I think I saw you on DoorDash. Man, I kinda feel bad, sitting back with a laugh, counting up all my stacks. But let me end this quite plainly, just in case that your memory's hazy. It was confirmed on the stand that you're lazy when Rosemary made you her baby. Lolly wanna baba.
Off that Jameson and ginger, never thought that I would be a penny pincher. The sweet whacker got me down to my last dollar. I still think she wants this decorated dude. I should call her. There ain't no party like a McAlbert third party. There ain't no party like a McAlbert third party. There ain't no party like a McAlbert third party. There ain't no party like a McAlbert third party. Now they're out here calling us the House Defendants. How the hell do we even contest this? Guess Karen really wants her vengeance. Oh shit. Now we're known as the House Defendants. House Defendants. We the House Defendants. House Defendants. We are House Defendants.
Okay, I downloaded them and it's not as exciting as it seemed like it was going to be because there's only 2 really short videos. Like, why is this all that they recorded? But one is 4 minutes, so that's what we're going to watch. This is what Lally tried to show in his closing, and then it was just paused, and then he said, now you're going to see the car back up, and then it just never did. But this is what Karen's car looked like backing up. Apparently. Are they going to go 24.2 miles per hour? Nope, we're going about 2 miles per hour. This is the testing. This is what the experts in the Massachusetts State Police do for testing. Wow. Oh, wait, hold on. Is there sound? I don't think there is sound. Hold on. Did they mute it? That looked like they just put it in fast motion, not that he was actually driving fast. And it's muted. There is no sound. Unclear why. Okay, so it's not just me. Do they just drive back and forth a bunch? I'm so glad this is what my tax dollars are funding. Truly. Yeah, exactly. Zach said, as the frog said, this is riveting. I like that. Good dad joke. Okay, so that happens a whole bunch. And then, I don't think we need to watch it go back and forth anymore. Then there's a second video from inside the car that just feels like we're getting like a, okay, wait, hold on. Still also no sound again. 2 miles per hour. Wow, good driving, Joey. Some good, not really 10 and 2, more like just 9, but okay. So it does have all the things like the beeping in reverse and the park assist and everything. I bet you if they had brought out the crash test dummy that they literally have sitting inside the Sally port right there, because I've seen it 100 times, that the anti-lock system would have turned on and they wouldn't have even been able to hit the crash test dummy. But that's just my theory because they didn't do it. And that's that. Really good, solid testing. Like really, really robust. Like ARCA should take notes. That seems like something that they should learn how to do. Yeah, that's embarrassing. And then the other thing that's, okay. I'm going to link to this. This is the folder that Loophole Lawyer put all of the documents in. But there's the full waterfall video. And you guys, check this out. Okay, picture what the waterfall video looked like during trial, right? Like there was a whole bunch of time that you could barely even see what was going on. It looked like you were looking through like an old TV that had all that static on it. Now look how clear this is. Interesting. Just interesting. So there's that, and you should watch it on the trial channel, put it all together nicely. But here's some of the outside. And whoever does security at the waterfall should get a new job, because why are we putting a surveillance camera behind a flag? It just feels dumb. But yeah, there's probably a lot of, I haven't actually gone through all of this. I wish I had time to actually have this lined up for you guys to like show you something more exciting than, who's this leaving? Those don't look like our people. I feel like I would have remembered those boots. Yeah, but so there's all that, and I'll get you guys access to that. And it's just, I feel like it's just exciting, like knowing that there's more information for us to find out. Like I said before, like I don't think any of this is going to be like the smoking gun where it's like, oh my gosh, this solves the whole puzzle. And if that does exist, they're not going to give that to us even in a FOIA request. But it is exciting to know that like we can start to piece some, we've been working with nothing for so long, or working with the same information, I should say, for so long, that it is exciting just to have some like new information out there. I also am just excited for all the like smart people to start analyzing all of this and kind of like poking holes in what we know based on the new information. There's cell phone extractions. Everything about Higgins's phone confuses me. It's like we have an extraction from his phone, or this is just what he did at his kiosk. What's this? Like, is this where Higgins? Hold on. This is why I can't be left unattended with this stuff. Because is this all? Oh no, then that's Higgins, and then that's Reed redacted. Okay, so this is Karen's phones. Of course not. Karen's phone's location information. I thought she had location services off. Wasn't that a whole thing? I don't know what we're looking at, if anybody does know. It almost feels like if they had just gotten everybody's location information, then we wouldn't have a whole lot of questions and this could have been figured out a whole lot sooner. Karen's phone, which yay, she gets back now. Thank you, Judge Krupp. Oh, that's John's phone. That would make sense. So yeah, there's that. And it's just exciting. I'm very impressed by everybody who submitted these FOIA requests and like got us this information. Oh, I want to pull up like Colin. There's a new Proctor's report from when he went to Karen's parents' house. And I guess another reason why it doesn't always feel like it's like new stuff is because a lot of these, a lot of their reports were what they ended up using to like test, like as a template for their testimony. So it feels like things that we already knew because it just went by like what they testified. But in this, okay, this is Proctor's report about his initial response to the motor vehicle homicide of John O'Keefe. And it essentially follows what we've already seen from his testimony. But look at this. So you know how, for anybody who needs a refresher on this. So Proctor wrote in a different report that he seized Karen's car at 5:30. And then it turned out there was Ring camera or alarm.com camera footage from the Reed's house that showed that he actually seized the car at 4:16. And the reason why that was important was because if he had seized the car at 5:30 and then they found taillight pieces 10 minutes later, then it would have been an assumption that those taillight pieces were already there from the night before when Karen hit John. But because he actually seized the car an hour, 15 minutes earlier than he did, there was enough time for them to do like a little Easter egg hunt with their taillight pieces. So anyways, in that other report, he wrote 5:30 instead of 4:16. Here, he talks about going to Dighton, and he says, on January 29th, 2022, at approximately 4:30, Sergeant Buchanan and I arrived at the residence of Karen Reed's parents in Dighton. No, you didn't. That's when you left. You left at 4:30. You got there at 2:30. Want to know how I know that? Because there's alarm.com footage, and because Barros, unlike you, Mr. Michael Proctor, is not a liar, and he told us that. So, yeah. Also, I want to pull up, I made one into one that I could highlight. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, in here, January 29th, they arrived at 4:30. No, you did not. That is a lie. And then this is where we hear some more lies. We observed her right rear passenger side taillight to be shattered. A large red plastic piece was missing from the taillight. Sergeant Buchanan and I were invited inside by the homeowners. Karen was seated on a living room couch and agreed to speak with us. And then, oh my gosh. Then these are some things that we already knew. The victim was there with several friends prior to Karen's arrival. Karen stated that the victim was consuming beer and she was drinking vodka sodas. Karen described the glassware she was drinking out of as a vase style. Like, what? Why is that what we're asking, Proctor? Okay. Karen stated, and what is a vase style? Karen stated her and the victim left C.F. McCarthy's and went to Waterfall Bar. Karen stated she did not leave C.F. McCarthy's or enter the Waterfall Bar with a glass or drink. So they were trying to get her on like entering an establishment with a glass. They were really harping on that. Karen and the victim were at the waterfall for approximately 1 hour. During that time, there were no altercations or arguments amongst anyone, which in the new waterfall video kind of looks like she might have been able to see that Higgins was yelling at John. Unclear. While at the two bars, Karen stated she did not observe any injuries or cuts on the victim's arms, and the victim did not suffer any injuries or cuts while at the bars. Yeah, because Chloe wasn't there. When Karen discovered the victim in the morning, she observed him lying face up, snow on his legs, eyes swollen and blood coming from his nose and mouth. Karen began providing mouth-to-mouth. Karen attempted to contact the victim throughout the night, calling and texting him numerous times with no response. Karen informed investigators her and the victim were in a verbal argument that morning over what Karen fed the victim's niece for breakfast. So Karen told you they had a normal relationship and she didn't do this, but you didn't listen. seized her capital I dash phone for some strange reason, even though she didn't say anything up there that made you think that you needed her phone, but okay. Then that the investigators are still attempting to access information contained within Karen Reed's cell phone. Guess what? Spoiler alert, Proctor. You're going to be trying for a long time. And yeah, so it's just fun. I don't know. It's exciting to have access to more stuff and like, I don't know. I'm going to go now, and I'm going to start to put together the rest of the sidebars so that we can do this again sometime, because this was really fun. And I was only reading so slow because I was Lally. I know how to read. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful Valentine's Day, and be nice to each other, and have a great day.
If you need a place to breathe, some stress to just relieve, then come watch Emily see, where we keep it drama free. We want justice for John O'Keefe, Aiden and Kelsey, waved bye bye to Morrissey. Let's clean up Norfolk County. Emily C, the one we need, reading sidebars with Corey, writing hang diaries, giving the people what they need. It's my pleasure to entertain, keeping you laughing makes my day. Positivity all the way. Why do we tell Satan not today? And now it's time to say goodbye. But before we say goodnight, just keep one thing in mind. Please like, comment, subscribe.